All right, and we're live. Welcome to another Not Mainstream. This is November 17th, 2017. And if you hate Al Franken, then tonight's the best night for you because he's been accused of groping, and it's on photo. It's a photo. There's proof of him groping women, which is great because I cannot stand Al Franken.
It's like, if you hate Al Franken, tonight is the show for you.
Exactly. So way back when Al Franken did a movie called Stewart Saves the World.
Yeah, Stuart Smalley. Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard there's going to be a sequel called Stewart Gropes the World.
Yeah, probably so.
So, man, we got not a lot of stuff happened this week. The main was Al Franken, getting hung out to dry with the whole sexual assault allegations. There's more coming out with Roy Moore. We'll get into that. Weekend Trump. So apparently Trump has to have two hands to drink a bottle of water. What's that? And the GOP passed the tax reform bill. And we'll get into that as well. But let's get with the big news. The big story is Al Franken. Because thank you, Lord, for taking down Al Franken. Thank you. Who's next?
He is an absolute scumbag. I mean, this is the same guy who wrote a skit for Saturday Night Live in 2008 or 2009, which implied that Todd Palin was having an incestual relationship with his daughter Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is karma come to collect, is what this is.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like there's been a recurring theme out of all this. If you're anti-Trump, you're going to be subject to the Trump curse. You see that with Al Franken. You see that with the NFL. You see that with Hollywood. You see that with all these other anti-Trump people. I mean, they've been subject to the Trump curse. I mean, it's just fantastic. This is a great time to be alive. Sharon, I'd like to get your thoughts on Al Franken.
Well, I mean, just because he's a liberal, he seems to think that he's going to get a pass, as all liberals seem to think that. But, he deserves to be thrown right out of the Senate. I don't think he should even be there, and there should be an investigation.
The best thing is that he called himself to get an ethics investigation on. He's like, well, let's see if we can get an ethics, see if there's any ethics violations that's happening. And then he released a statement earlier saying that, it was just a joke, it was just a prank, and then he had to release another statement, basically null and voiding that statement, saying, I apologize, and all this other stuff. And then apparently it's like there's going to be like more pictures of him, groping people. Because he said that he liked to take pictures and with his hands on other people. So that might be more coming out to this, because Congress is now being subject to sexual harassment. A congresswoman come out and said that there's a whole bunch of members of Congress that's been sexually assaulting us.
Yeah.
And so it's not Hollywood now. Now it's the pot is boiling over into the Congress, and I think it's just fantastic. I mean, get those swamp creatures out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's sexual harassment charges, get them out.
Well, go ahead, Sharon.
I was going to say, don't they have some kind of a slush fund that pays these women off? I read somewhere.
That's what I've heard. I've heard that.
I wouldn't be surprised about that.
I've heard about that.
I would definitely not be surprised.
Well, here's the thing. This congresswoman from California said that she'd witnessed congressmen and senators exposing their genitals to female staffers and things of that nature.
Did we hear that one before? Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah. Louis C.K.
Yeah. All these other people.
But Al Franken, I mean, listen, unlike with all these other allegations, which are just allegations with really no physical evidence or physical proof, we have physical proof with Al Franken. We have a photograph of him doing this to a sleeping Leanne Tweeden. But I saw something on Facebook which seemed to, or supposedly, solve the mystery. The photographer released it and said, it was part of a rehearsal for a skit. I'm like, no. The man already apologized for it.
Yeah, he came out and said that, yeah, I am apologized for it. So there's no excuses anymore.
I mean,
The dude already admit to it.
It's too late to spin it. It's too late to spin
Yeah.
it. I mean, I think, of course, he's just left his spin to try and cover his ass.
Mm-hmm.
You ask me.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you see the picture of Al Franken grabbing Joy Behar's breast? That was in
I
Breitbart.
saw that.
I did not see that one.
I saw that too.
That was in Breitbart.
Oh, I think I did maybe. Oh yeah, I do remember seeing it now. Yeah, she was like in that black pantsuit.
Yeah, that was just yesterday.
Yeah.
Breitbart put that out. You know what? I just wanted to let you know that this morning I tried to go into the Facebook group to drop news, and it wasn't letting me connect. Did you have that kind of a problem this morning?
I have no idea. I haven't posted anything since the not MainStream link.
Hey,
Okay.
it's freaking Zuckerberg. I'm telling you, he's trying to
Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
It was really weird because usually I go there every morning, like late morning, and I just every time I tried to get there, it just wouldn't let me publish.
Did you,
I tried to
post anything today?
No, I just tried like about 11 o'clock this morning.
Okay, because the last post was November 16th, yesterday at 2:45.
Okay, yeah, and then I didn't try the rest of the day, so I was just wondering if maybe you had a problem or not. I just wanted to let you know that.
Interestingly enough, there hasn't been a great deal of media coverage from the fake news media about Al Franken's sexual misconduct. They're saying it's an accusation. They're saying, "Oh, this is an accusation." No, accusation is what they're doing to Roy Moore.
Yeah.
This is physical evidence. We have physical evidence.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Exactly.
The weirdo Al Franken has always been, from Saturday Night Live and all the way up. You know darn well he got drunk or high somewhere and did something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure he did. I'm very sure he did. Yeah.
Now he wants to act like Mr. Perfect.
All
right, I was able to post a article on the page, so yeah, it might have just been Facebook that morning.
Okay.
But yeah, we have to take this seriously because Facebook's cracking down on us, censoring us.
Yeah,
it's apparently Russians.
Well, you know what's funny is there's an article that I came across today. It's dated November 9th. It says Internet crackdown begins with U.S. Senator Al Franken wants Google, Facebook, and Twitter to censor political speech.
Yeah.
Did you see that one? I'm going to go ahead and drop that. Did you?
Yeah,
hey, it's karma.
Now we know why.
Yeah.
He's a serial groper.
Well, not only are they cracking down on Facebook, not only are they're cracking down on YouTube. I mean, conservative voices are being silenced. The channels are being
I don't know if you guys watch or listen
demonetized. Yeah, think about it.
I don't know if you guys listen to or watch Dennis Michael Lynch. He does DML. He's been blocked out from his Facebook from posting anything. And he can't even do his live streams on his Facebook because Facebook is blocking him from doing that.
Oh.
Somebody, I just scrolled past somebody that we know, or I know, don't keep talking and I'm going to scroll and look for it a minute, had said that.
Well, while you're doing that, for those who are tired of the news on TV, you want a perspective on what the true nature of it is, I recommend Mark Dice's The True Story of Fake News. Just got this yesterday.
I'm going to send this to Mark Dice and see if we can get like a free copy.
Get this on Amazon, guys. It's on Amazon. MarkDice.com. You look up Facebook, Mark Dice, Twitter, Mark Dice. Yeah, definitely.
He does some great stuff. It's fantastic.
YouTube. He's on YouTube. And he writes about in his book about being demonetized by YouTube because of the content he has produced.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you'll be happy to know that Roger Stone has opened a Minds.com account.
Yeah, I saw that. I'm gonna have to
Did
follow
you?
him on there. I'm gonna have to follow him. But speaking of Roger Stone, he was the one that broke the whole Al Franken news story
He did.
before it all came out,
Mhm.
and which is fantastic because he's actually saying that the state of California is next to basically boil over with all these sexual assault allegations. So it's going to be quite interesting to see where all this goes from here. It can only go downhill. Hopefully there'll be some resignations and people won't be up for re-election. They're going to be like Bob Corker and decide not to be re-elected.
Jeff Flake.
Jeff Flake, yeah.
Here's the thing, Al Franken should resign over this. But the problem is there won't be this massive outcry for him to resign because he's being protected by the left. And
now I'm going to say, let's wait on the
media.
ethics investigation. Let's wait on the ethics investigation and see where that comes. And if hopefully they'll say, yeah, this is against ethics, then he should resign.
Well,
for that.
if what that congresswoman says is true, then really the Congress is the last people that should be opening up an ethics investigation on anything.
Exactly.
But Al Franken, even a lot of leftists are turning against him. Interestingly enough.
Yeah. And we're seeing this with the DNC as a whole. They're hanging out to dry all these old establishment people. Al Franken. You see who else? Harvey. I guess you can consider Harvey Weinstein a part of that because he donated to them. Hillary Clinton.
I was about to say they've been hanging Hillary out to dry as of late as well.
So Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer better watch out. They might be next.
Even Saturday Night Live was making fun of Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi.
Which is great.
Yeah.
They did that with Bernie Sanders, too. They had Larry David playing that again.
Yeah.
And then you had that black woman, Leslie,
Jones.
What's her name? Jones, that's Donna Brazile. And she said, I'm burning all this down.
That was funny.
And then at the end, it was like a paid for by Mark Cuban for Republican president campaign, which is absolutely fantastic. But I think they're catching on. The Hollywood establishment, they're catching on, saying, these people need to go. They have to go.
Well, Al Franken was a quote-unquote comedian and a quote-unquote actor, so he comes from Hollywood. So and he and his longtime partner, the late Tom Davis, were writers for Saturday Night Live also, or they were script writers. So
is Saturday Night Live going to make fun of Al Franken because he's one of the boys?
Good question.
Is he one of the boys? Harvey Weinstein. They didn't want to do that because because Lorne Michaels said he was from New York, and we don't do that to New Yorkers. But are they going to make fun of Harvey?
I'm not really so sure we're going to see. Well, Al Franken, I believe, was from New York originally. He's not from Minnesota. Even though he moved there, of course, he's a senator from there, but he's not originally from there.
Yeah.
So
I think all eyes is going to be on Saturday Night Live tomorrow night, and see what's going to happen. I won't watch it. I'll just go on Twitter and see what happened.
Right.
What do you think? What do you think is going to happen? You think they're going to make fun of Al Franken?
Oh, they have to.
Yeah. Yeah, they do.
I don't
They
know.
have to.
They might do something on Al Franken.
They have to, but I won't be surprised if they don't. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't make fun of him.
And interestingly enough, this is an interesting development. Comedian Chelsea Handler came out and said she actually believes Juanita Broderick.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm.
So now all of a sudden, they're putting Bill Clinton out to pasture. They're throwing him under the bus.
Did any of you guys hear that a woman by the name of Melanie Morgan came out and accused Franken?
I didn't hear that.
She's
Seems like I saw something about that.
yeah, she's Media Equality Project co-founder. She's a radio host, and
Oh, you talking about the woman that that he kissed?
No, not that one. That
Oh.
was Tweeden. This is another woman. This is a different woman. She was invited somewhere where he was at, and I guess he after the show that they were invited on, he wouldn't leave her alone and insisted on, you know, continuing an argument with her, and he approached her backstage and he was just basically harassing her, and she felt intimidated and threatened, and she said he had creepy behavior. So, you know, I mean, it doesn't sound like anything happened, but other than a violation of some kind of network protocol.
Sounds an awful lot like old Uncle Joe. Biden. Yeah.
Yeah, and surprisingly, they're turning on Biden because they have a story out. A former Secret Service agent of his says that they had to protect him from Harvey Weinstein type behavior.
Oh yeah.
So that goes to show you where Joe Biden and this dude was trying to become president. You know, was on the verge of running for president in 2006.
Well, he was getting all grabby with a 12-year-old girl.
Oh yeah. You saw. I mean, I've seen the compilation videos of it with him. You know, touching underage girls, and him, you know, groping Hillary off the plane. Which
he's always being touchy feely.
Yeah,
he's creepy.
Yeah,
very creepy.
And they made fun. They made a fun of Biden too on SNL. They had that Jason Sudeikis, I think. He played Biden. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see where things go from here, and I cannot wait.
Yeah.
But speaking of more sexual assault allegations, more and more people is coming out against more and more, and good old Gloria Allred's on the case.
Yeah.
Every time Gloria Allred's involved, that's like the death knell, knowing that you're actually going to win the election.
Has she ever won a case?
I don't think she has.
I don't think she's ever even tried a case in court.
Of all of these assault accusations, she's been the lawyer for all of these women. Yeah, has she ever done anything? Has she ever won? Has she, you know?
Not that I know of.
To be honest with you, I don't think. I think I agree with Henry. I don't think she actually ever went to court with these allegations.
Yeah, you know, I kept wondering, you know, is she going to represent Al Franken if there's let's say there's a lawsuit against him?
Yeah, like Lisa Bloom was representing Harvey Weinstein for like 24 hours.
Yeah, well, don't forget Lisa Bloom also represented Kathy Griffin briefly. But
Kathy Griffin actually turned on Lisa Bloom.
She did, yeah.
That was great. I don't think we covered it, but it was great. But yeah, so good old Gloria Allred's on the case, and she came out with another victim, I guess you can call it, and apparently he wrote his name in a yearbook, and a lot of people is seeing some discrepancies with that, and not just that story, but multiple accusers. But the yearbook is quite significant because we having like handwriting experts now that says the M doesn't match up with the M in the original letter in the yearbook. Like the 77 and Christmas of 77 doesn't match the 77 in 1977. So so apparently the whole story is falling apart. Gloria Allred addressed the issues and say, why should you, we haven't looked into this. Why should you not believe that he didn't write it? And she was actually questioned, and one of the MSNBC actually questioned her and asked, did she saw him signing it? in the yearbook, and Gloria Allred said, "No, I don't think so." And she tried to spin it very good, Gloria Allred style.
Right.
The thing is, she has a sample of handwriting, which is supposedly. But I think they actually she has. I think they have the yearbook as their evidence in their possession. She won't release the yearbook to have independent handwriting experts take a look at it.
Mm-hmm.
That's not suspicious.
Oh no,
Yeah.
not at all, not at all.
Plus,
And
Roy Moore wasn't the DA in 1977.
He was the assistant.
the writing was just
Deputy.
the writing looked too freaking feminine. Is that Amy?
Yeah. Hey, Amy. Can you hear us?
Hi, Amy.
All right. If you can hear us, we can't hear you, and we can't see you.
Yeah, Amy was with us briefly for our Webcasting Dead podcast last week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, if they would just release the yearbook and
Give it to an independent handwriting expert and compare it.
Yep.
Well, and if an accuser is going to wait 40 years to crawl out of the woodwork, how do you prove that someone didn't grope somebody 40 years ago? I think the burden of proof should be on the accuser.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget, Gloria Allred represented the women who came out against Herman Cain, and that turned out to be BS.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as Herman Cain dropped out of the presidential race, I mean, we didn't hear word one again from those women. She also represented the women against President Trump last year.
Yeah, and going back to that, I mean, this is the same thing that you have in every single playbook. Come out like a week or two before an election or a month or two before an election with all these sexual assault allegations. Trot out Gloria Allred and all that. I mean, it's the same playbook over and over again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
You see that.
And the liberals believe it every time.
Well, it's not just leftists. I mean, we have Mitch McConnell, who I call Bitch McConnell. I can't stand him. He's saying,
I cannot stand him either.
I can't either. He's another one.
Yertle the turtle.
Yeah, the turtle. Well, I believe those women. And Roy Moore should step aside because.
See, what's really interesting is that all the established GOP came out and said, "Yeah, I believe the women." Mitch McConnell,
John McCain,
Mitt Romney, all these, all these, people. Yeah, all these people that's established.
You lost the 2012 election because you didn't fight. Sit down and shut the hell up.
Mitt Romney would have been better than Barack Obama.
Nope.
Mitt Romney is just the same as Barack Obama. If Mitt Romney would have won, we would have gotten Romney care. It would have been the same thing.
Yep.
So you think Mitt Romney would have been like? Is he like a pro-globalist? He would have been pushing that agenda?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Absolutely.
Just like the Bush family.
Yeah.
The Bush family is a bunch of globalists too.
Yeah, more, and then speaking of George Bush Sr., more groping allegations of him.
Oh yeah.
Apparently, he groped a 16-year-old at a campaign rally or something, and yeah, so it's all these establishment figureheads that's going down.
Well, it's Hollywood as well. I mean,
there's Amy.
There's Amy.
There she
we
is.
Can hear her. We can't see her though.
I'm not in the best position to be on camera, but this past week with all of the sexual allegations, it's just I don't understand where it's all coming from. It's like out of nowhere.
Yeah, I mean, there's got to be an end game to all this. I mean, what is the end game? Why is all this coming out now? Unless something bigger is going to happen.
Well, but as we pointed out, also, Amy, there's photographic evidence of what Al Franken did. So it's not just accusations or allegations. I mean, look at the picture.
Yeah.
Kind of obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Or as Max would say, it's so obvious.
Yeah, exactly. But what's really funny was the tweet that President Trump sent out called him Al
Al
Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. Yeah.
Great. I mean,
Yeah,
man,
but
I
it
love this
wasn't. It
guy.
wasn't just him. I mean, there was with the Hollywood stars and everybody else.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it just wasn't that guy. I mean, there was like 5 just this week.
Yeah. Sylvester Stallone. An allegation came out with him. Apparently, he had a threesome with his bodyguard and a 16-year-old girl, and forced her to perform oral sex on that girl on the 16-year-old girl on the bodyguard. Who else came out with more allegations?
Sorry, my dog is really sick.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
Well, he has cancer, but it's just
Oh,
worse. And
I hate to hear that.
I keep, yeah,
I'm sorry.
trying to get him.
Let's see here. Yeah, I'm trying to find out where or the other allegations. I know Sylvester Stallone was one of them.
Yeah, it was
Louis
him.
C.K. Louis C.K. was last week.
Yeah, Louis C.K. Right. Yeah.
Oh, Charlie Sheen.
Really?
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
but
sodomy or one of them was accused of sodomy.
Renee
Oh, with Corey Feldman.
Corey Haim.
Feldman.
But Corey Haim's mother was on Dr. Oz and said, well, no,
She said it wasn't
said
him.
It wasn't him. Yeah, she said it was. What?
Someone else. I
Someone
think like
else.
some
Corey
producer.
It was him.
Yeah,
Corey Feldman said it was him, but Corey Haim's mother said it wasn't.
yeah.
Well, then it was probably the other dude that Corey Feldman was talking about, the manager guy.
The guy's name was Dominic something,
Mhm.
if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Did y'all already talk about Roy Moore and what happened with that?
Yeah, we're on that now.
We're
What's
discussing
your
that
thought?
now.
What's your thought on Roy Moore?
The first thing we discussed, Amy, was the whole thing with Al Franken. So
And that's the guy that sexually assaulted the journalist. Is that the right one?
Yeah,
Okay.
the one that groped the journalist.
yeah, he played touchy feely.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was sleeping too.
That's really bad.
Did you hear about the guy who exposed Washington Post for paying women to accuse Roy Moore? He was found dead in a lake.
Oh
No, I didn't hear that.
Oh, mm-mm.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that either.
Doug Lewis was the guy, or he exposed the Washington Post for bribing women more than $1,000 to claim that Roy Moore had molested them,
I heard
and including the famous 14-year-old fish story. Well, anyway, this guy, he was missing. He went missing, and then a guy that was walking his dog in New Jersey discovered a body floating in the water, and he called the police, and they identified him as Doug Lewis, and he had a bullet hole in the back of his head.
Oh wow.
I heard that they about the person working for the Post who had paid the girls or women to accuse him, but I did not hear that he was found dead.
You know what? I believe it. I
Yeah.
believe that the Washington Post probably paid.
I'll
paid,
drop that article in
these women.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Ron Jeremy is the other one.
Oh, Ron Jeremy. Yeah, I saw that
The
now.
hedgehog. The hedgehog.
So Ron Jeremy, porn star from like the 1800s.
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
He's that old.
Right. I didn't hear that. Unbelievable.
Yeah, this is on Breitbart now.
Okay.
Multiple women accused porn star Ron Jeremy of rape and sexual assault. Not surprising. I mean, this dude's a porn star. He's been around quite some time, so I'm not surprised.
Well, the one thing that I saw that was disturbing was I saw an article where more and more teenagers, I mean, maybe 17, 18, are selling their virginity. And we're talking about millions of dollars. People are bidding on, you know, these teens' virginity.
Oh
And
my God.
I saw that article today.
Oh wow.
yeah,
Unbelievable.
like, you know,
Oh,
we have all
geez, I
these
wish I would have
people.
done that.
Shut up. You have all these people coming out and, you know, saying all this stuff, but then and on the other side, you have teens selling their virginity or so-called virginity for millions of dollars. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah. I don't know what to think of that.
It's just wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, two transgender women accused Transparent star Jeffrey Tambor of sexual misconduct.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Apparently on that show, he is playing a guy who is transgender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexual misconduct of two biological men who are transitioning
Talk
into
about
women.
transgender. We just got back from a soccer game, and I don't really know that many transgender people, but there's a boy on his team, and he has a mom that's transgender. And yeah, I don't even know what to say about it. But the parent is smaller than I am, and I'm pretty short. I'm only 5'2". So she has to be like 5 foot. And we had like this really weird encounter at the porta potty, and it's like she was growing a mustache, and I didn't know if I should have. I didn't know if I should. I mean, I was polite, and it was just really awkward because I didn't know if I should have called, you know, ma'am or. I didn't know what the appropriate thing to do was, so like I tried to avoid titles.
I think Shane. Did Shane fall on the floor?
That is just so weird.
I mean, they seem like nice people. I mean, she was
Amy, you're just breaking up so much. You sound like a robot. Yeah, I just heard she had a mustache.
Am I breaking up?
Yeah, a little bit.
I can
Is my
understand
connection
her.
And I was
I
like-
can understand her, but
And I was thinking, well, she can be the bearded lady at the circus next year.
Hi.
Fishy
Yeah, it's a little staticky.
Maybe because I'm outside. No, it's just.
That is just such an awkward situation. Yeah, my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I just didn't know what to say. I mean, what am I supposed to say in that type of situation? What do you say?
Be nice.
Light.
Be nice and respectful.
I would
That's all I
probably
can
just
think.
walk the other way. I wouldn't know what to say or how to
Or
react.
if you're that uncomfortable, be like, oh, just a minute, I got a phone call to make or something.
Yeah.
And just leave.
Oh, I know, but it was just. I just don't understand.
Roy Moore's former longtime secretary says, I don't believe any of this. So we talked about Roy Moore last week, and me and Henry was on. I like to get some female perspectives to all this. So, Lil, what do you think about Roy Moore?
Roy Moore.
Yeah.
I have heard someone from Alabama talk about what he's done and have done through years and years and years. And some of it isn't that great, but none of it was this type of thing. But I agree that it's a democratic setup. Who knows what anybody may have done in their past, but to pop up with it right before an election, that's bull.
Yeah.
And people and Alabama need to decide for themselves, look at its history, and decide for themselves if they want to vote for him or not. These new allegations to account, because chances are they are made up.
Yeah. And it appears it's not affecting the polls. Apparently, he's still leading in all of the polls. But there's some fake news outlets out there that says, "Oh, he's losing support. He's losing in all of the polls." And we saw that, you know, before the election as well, the general election, and we saw how that turned out. But apparently, I was going to say that apparently, if Roy Moore does get elected, Mitch McConnell said that he might have to banish him. You know, they get that vote and banish him from there, which
is that even legal?
That's what I was gonna say.
I don't know. I've never even heard of this before. I didn't know.
Elect him, then he should be able to go to Washington like everybody else elected.
If he
I haven't even heard of this.
If he is elected, yes, he has the right to serve in the Congress if he's elected. Period.
But there's Mitch McConnell's going around and saying that he's going to you know, try and get him voted out, you know, and like run him out because of this whole controversy, which is like,
well, no,
I never heard of that before.
It's not just because of this controversy. Roy Moore does not want a conservative to be, you know, to be serving in the Senate. Mitch McConnell, I call him, needs to sit down and shut the hell up, because I think Trump should be like, excuse me, you know, if he is duly elected by the people of Alabama, then yes, he has the right to serve. You don't have the right to be an asshole and keep him out of the Senate.
Yeah.
And would we be shocked? Would we be shocked if we also found out that Mitch McConnell and some of the Republicans were also
involved in all this?
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised.
Mitch McConnell doesn't want Roy Moore in there for whatever.
Mitch McConnell wanted Luther Strange, and Mitch McConnell didn't get Luther Strange.
Yeah, the establishment does not like Roy Moore. They don't like what he stands for. You know, he's a Christian. He's anti-abortion. He's pro-Second Amendment. He's a good guy. I say let the people of Alabama decide who they want.
Well, that's what the Trump administration has said. Also, they said, you know, let the people of Alabama decide.
Absolutely. And what I like about this is that Roy Moore has not stepped down yet, which is great, because if he would have stepped down, like he's guilty and everything, he's actually fighting back. Now, if this was someone else, I think they probably would have stepped down.
Yeah.
Because I think we're at the point that where, you know, if you're pro-Trump and pro what Trump stands for, you're going to be, you know, subject to these allegations. It doesn't matter who you are. They're going to come up with some allegation, you know, that's like, you know, back like 60 years ago, touched me, or she touched me, or whatever. And we were talking about this last week, and I was like, Henry, it's just allegations. You know, anybody can come up with an allegation. Henry, you know, I can say, Henry touched me 20 years ago. Gloria Allred and do a press conference.
Roy Moore's wife did a press conference. I think it was today.
What did she say?
She said that she's been married to the man for over 35 years, and she doesn't believe any of this, and he's a stand-up guy, and let the people of Alabama decide.
Yep.
I think let them decide too.
But you know, the problem is you have too many. It's too easy to make allegations against somebody these days. Just way too easy.
Anybody can make allegations. Anybody can make an allegation.
And the problem is, I mean, Roy Moore, in the eyes of the left and the fake news media, he's guilty until proven innocent.
Yeah.
Right. Whatever happened to that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They have them prosecuted already, and I just don't think that that's fair.
Yeah. And then you had Sean Hannity, and Sean Hannity as another one of these sit down, shut the hell up. coming out earlier this week saying, well, Roy Moore has 24 hours to declare his innocence. Well, not declare his innocence, but
to prove his innocence or something
prove
like
his
that.
innocence. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything from that. What did Sean Hannity say after that 24 hours was up?
I'm not really sure what he said, but I mean, he should Sean Hannity, you're not the judge and jury. You need to sit down and shut up.
Yeah.
Nobody on either side of this needs to be the judge and jury. Mm-hmm. I personally do not believe the allegations against Roy Moore.
Yeah. I don't either.
Because, like I said earlier, it goes by the same playbook. Have like 60 women, come up with these allegations. Bring out Gloria Allred, bring out her daughter Lisa Bloom, and do press conference after press conference after press conference. I mean, it's the same playbook over and over and over. I don't know if Amy is still with us. I was going to get Amy's response to all this whole Roy Moore stuff.
She may have stepped away.
Yeah. Well, hopefully she'll be back.
Can you hear me?
There we go.
There she is. And she doesn't sound like a robot this time either.
I had my earbuds plugged in, and I think I had to unplug them because that was the only thing I could think of. There should have been no reason it was static. But then I guess I muted the thing on accident, and I was talking, and I was like, I wonder why nobody's hearing me, but that's why.
Oh, that's fine. All right, Amy, what do you have to say?
About Moore?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like how when he was on Hannity, how he kind of just like shrugged his shoulders. I thought that was kind of odd.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
I don't know. I just think that if, you're innocent, I don't see why you would kind of like shrug your shoulders and not, it was his body language. I didn't like it. But that's me. I'm not saying, I don't know. I wasn't there. And I think, we live in a different society today where everything is offensive. I mean, it could have been taken out of context. I mean, there's a lot of things that could have happened, but
now was that interview with Hannity pre-taped or was that live? Because maybe it was like a pre-taped interview and they just edited it in a certain way.
It could have been. I'm not sure. I watched it like the playback. I didn't watch it live, so I don't know if it was or not. It was just very like awkward for me. I just wasn't. I didn't understand why he was carrying himself that way. So I don't know. But like I said, I mean, it could have been a number of different things that went on. I don't know, and nobody really does because nobody was there. So it's just her word against everybody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, when that woman said, she said, oh, I was in the car and he was, trying to, grope me or whatever. And then he reached over and locked the door. But there were no locks back then. I'm hearing that locks weren't in the cars until the 80s.
I have no idea. I was not born.
So
I
was a teenager in 77, so...
I'm sure they would have had to have locks, maybe not automatic, but
they had locks.
Yeah, they had to have.
Yeah, but you think she could have gotten out though? Because you can't lock yourself inside a car. That's just highly impossible.
Didn't have child locks probably, but
yeah, maybe that was it. But I was trying to remember, if there were locks on my car when I was driving.
In the 70s, there was a lock on each door, but you had to lock it manually.
Press it down.
Yeah, push it down.
Mhm.
And then when you went to get in the car, you had a square key to start the car and a round key to unlock it and pop the boot.
Oh, really? So those two separate keys?
Yeah,
One to open the lock?
yeah.
I didn't know that. Because I know there was like separate keys for like the car in the trunk, but for the lock, wow.
Yeah, I used to have a 84. I had a Nissan, and it was I had separate locks for everything too. I miss that car. Want it back.
Yeah. So she could have reached and unlocked it. You couldn't lock them all from the front door and the windows and everything
Mhm.
like you can now.
Yeah,
Unless maybe now, unless you had an impressive, super duper expensive. We always just had regular cars,
Mhm.
but they had door locks in the 70s.
I do remember. I do remember when you had to have separate keys for your ignition and for your door, your car doors. I remember that very well.
Yeah. The round key would unlock the trunk and the door, and the square key started the car.
Right. Yeah.
I did not know that. I just learned something new today.
But
This
they
is what the
now
show is all about, learning
now
stuff.
now you have the keychain with the we can
The
just
key fob.
the key fob. We just automatically unlock it. But they didn't have that.
And you can also turn it into a submachine gun and kill a whole bunch of Nazis.
Yeah, like Breaking Bad. Yeah, Walter White.
Yeah, we have to have at least a Breaking Bad reference in every single episode.
Yeah, there you go.
So let's go on and continue on because good old Hillary Clinton is back. Good old Hillary Clinton is back, and she's saying that an investigation on her is abuse of power.
Oh yeah.
And now she's questioning the legitimacy of the 2016 election.
You
Holy
question
crap.
that.
What?
So, this is a Daily Caller.
She looked like she was about to fall over when.
Um,
Ugh.
so, all right. So let me read this interview with this article from the Daily Caller. Clinton questions legitimacy of 2016 election. Hillary Clinton is questioning the legitimacy of the 2016 presidential election, despite once calling such behavior horrifying. And if you remember at that third debate, when Trump says he's going to question it, it's like, that's horrifying. That's a threat on democracy. Now she's questioning it. In an interview with Mother Jones, released on Friday, Clinton claimed that there's lots of questions about legitimacy because of Russian interference, efforts, and alleged voter suppression. She said the Russian disinformation campaign wasn't influencing voters, it was determining the outcome. Clinton also blamed voter ID laws and obstacles to voter registration for her losses in states like Wisconsin, a place she failed to campaign in. And she says, in a couple of places, most notably Wisconsin, I think it had a dramatic impact on the outcome, she claimed. It seems like that it cost me the election in Wisconsin because of the tens of thousands of people who were turned away and the margin being so small. She declined to say how she would officially determine the legitimacy of the election, explaining, we don't have a method for contesting that in our system. That's why I have long advocated for an independent commission to get bottom of what happened. When Trump asked in 2016 presidential debate if he would accept the results of the election if he were to lose, he responded that he would look at it at the time. And it was horrifying what he said, Clinton said about these remarks. We are a country based on laws, and we have a hot contested elections going back to the very beginning. But one of our hallmarks has always been that we should accept the outcomes of the elections. Somebody wins and somebody loses. So what he said tonight is part of this whole effort to blame somebody else for his campaign, she stated at the time. So
I just think that's just hilarious.
yeah, and
The fact that this bitch, and that's what she is, she's a bitch, would say, would say back then that if Trump were to question the results of the election, that's horrifying. It's against democracy. But yet now, a year later, after she loses, she's like,
He's still,
"Oh, yeah." She does the very
yeah,
same thing.
Yeah.
mean,
he's still doing it.
Guess
I mean,
what,
After
Hillary?
she is putting the blame on everybody and everything except herself.
she is the poster child of ruining the DNC. They need to get rid of her fast. They need to shut her up fast. But you know what? I'm advocating for her to come out with all these allegations because it's doing tremendous for us. It's great for us having her come out. They struck her with that EpiPen and bring her out in the wheelchair, and she's all buggy eyed. Yeah, I'm going to question the legitimacy of the election. Woo! Yeah, I think that's great. But Sharon, you was going to make a point.
I was just going to say, guess what, Hillary? Those of us in Wisconsin happen to be tired of the Democrats, and we got
Now,
off our
you are from
couches.
Wisconsin, right?
I am from Wisconsin, and
All right.
the people probably got off their couches and went to the polls to vote.
She didn't even campaign in Wisconsin. She
She
didn't even hold.
didn't.
She didn't even attempt to do a Beyonce concert in Wisconsin. So,
She did
so I
nothing.
mean, oh man, this is. I mean, her running her mouth is just tremendous for us. Like I said, it's just so great.
Yeah.
As much as I hate her, I just love her. Watching her, trying to flip the narrative and flip the script and just dig in a deeper hole of herself. And besides, if there was an independent investigation with this election, they would have probably found out that more illegals voted, and than ever. So
Right.
go right ahead, Hillary. Go right ahead, Hillary, and question the legitimacy of the election because Jill Stein did that, and that cost Hillary some votes and gave like a few more votes to Trump. So
Mhm.
go ahead and do that and find out that all those illegals voted.
Well, with that that group that Trump has that is looking at illegal voting, they have found a lot in many different states. And even with all the illegal voting that was done with the Democrats, she still lost. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
People are sick and tired.
Mm-hmm. Maybe something if some of those illegals vote for Trump. It's like, I don't like her. Build a wall and deport us.
The plain simple matter of the fact is she's not a popular person at all.
Yeah.
The DNC could not make her likable. They just couldn't.
No.
She was not likable. She is not likable.
Mm-hmm.
Never was.
She is and always has been a bitch.
Yeah.
She didn't have a clear message.
Absolutely. It's like, vote for me because I'm a woman. I think, there's a running gag on Twitter. I think Trump needs to come out and say, I'm going to be a woman for a day so I can be the first woman president. That would just explode everybody up. That would be so fantastic. Maybe just send out a tweet. He doesn't even have to do a press conference. Send out a tweet saying, I decided to be a woman today. So I can be the first female president.
That would piss off a whole
lot of people.
Group of people. Yeah.
So we've been talking about, giving you guys updates on the Bob Menendez trial, and the jury was deadlocked. So now the DOJ is looking at retrying Menendez. Department of Justice spokesperson Sarah Isgur Flores said that the DOJ will look at retrying Bob Menendez after his corrupt trial ended in a mistrial. So I hope they do retry him because he deserves to be punished.
Right. And it wasn't an acquittal, so.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he's going to be off the hook. They have to retry him.
Yeah. Fox anchor Steve Ducey said that 10 out of the 12 jurors were reportedly in favor of acquittal and wonder if the case is worth retrying. The DOJ was going to, Flores said that the DOJ will look at the arguments that was made at the case and see if they can get a better jury. But she said that she was encouraged by the fact that the jury deliberated for 7 days and that Menendez was indicted in the first place. Yeah, I was surprised that they indicted him because he was supposed to be one of the boys, and they indicted him. I think I hope they do a retrial of this. It definitely deserves a retrial.
Oh, it does. It absolutely does. I mean, you talk about somebody who's a real scumbag. I mean, they're always bashing. They're bashing on Roy Moore and talking about these allegations, which have not been proven.
Yeah,
there is no physical evidence where that's concerned.
Mm-hmm.
But yet now they want to talk about I mean, but you won't hear nary a word about Bob Menendez. And Sarah Huckabee Sanders in her press briefing yesterday, you heard a lot of questions about Roy Moore, not a damn word about Al Franken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, their narrative, they try to control the narrative, and it's not working anymore. The new media is in control of the narrative now.
Yep, that's true,
and that's why they have to have censorship.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of media, speaking of the news media, so there was a field trip the other day, and a boy is, everybody's favorite child now, wore a fake news T-shirt.
Yeah, FNN.
That looks like the CNN logo.
Yep.
At the field trip to CNN.
Yeah, that's right.
I gotta high five this boy.
Oh yeah.
Give him a great big high five. Yep. This dude is awesome.
He would love this book.
So a Georgia family's under fire for allowing a 7th grader to wear a T-shirt that mocked the liberal news network CNN on a school field trip to the CNN headquarters. Well, first off, if the school gave me a permission slip to let my child go to the CNN headquarters, I would rip that permission slip up.
Yeah.
I would not let my child go to the CNN headquarters. Now, unless I had the fake news T-shirt on, then maybe I would let him, but I would not let him.
I wouldn't let my kid go to CNN.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
My kid would want to go to CNN. My kid's smarter than that.
So, on a school field trip to CNN's Atlanta headquarters, but the boys' parents think the school violated the First Amendment by making their son take off the shirt. Nancy and Stan Jestard of DeCabe are both local. DeCabe?
Yeah, it's about DeCabe.
Okay. Are both local elected officials. She is a county commissioner, and he is a member of the local school board. Their son, 7th grader Jackson, wore a shirt mocking the CNN logo as FNN with the caption "Fake News Network." Well, they're Trump supporters for sure.
Absolutely.
A teacher asked him to remove it before the tour, but the school has since apologized to the jesters. However, the parents want an apology for Jackson because they say the whole thing was his idea, and he has the right. All I have to say is, Mom and Dad, you raised that child to be right. If you raised him right, the teacher was probably anti-Trump. That's why she made him take it off. This year, when the CNN tour was announced, my 7th grade son Jackson asked me if he could purchase a FNN Fake News Network shirt to wear for his field trip. Stan Jester wrote in a blog post. As an advocate for the First Amendment, I agree with his request. Jester continued, his mother cautioned him that he might cause a controversy and needed to be prepared for that. He was fully aware of the implications of his decision and made the affirmative choice to wear his shirt. The boy's father wrote that he is disappointed by the hypocrisy of the decision to make his son change his shirt. Some students are celebrated when they make a controversial display during the national anthem. My student was forced to remove his shirt because someone didn't like it. I defend speech and expression, even if I disagree or makes me uncomfortable, he wrote. And this is great. This is a great showcase of the hypocrisy. I mean, imagine if this kid, kneel for the national anthem. They would be praising him. They'd be like, yeah, fight the injustice. Fight the injustice.
Yep.
Now he's expressing his First Amendment rights by saying CNN is fake news. They're like, oh, you can't do that. That's offensive. Can't do that.
Yep.
The Atlanta Journal-Constitution's Maureen Dowry wrote a column asking, was DECLA board member wrong allowed to allow son to wear an insulting T-shirt to CNN tour? At the end of the column, Downey declared that as a parent who has chaperoned a lot of field trips, I would avoid sending my child off with an attitude or attire that would create problems not only for teachers, but to whom take off work to give the time. And then this goes on to say that Trump's been tweeting about fake news and Jeff Zucker. But this kid, CNN, apparently CNN did not respond for requests for comment. Surprisingly. Oh man, this kid is awesome. He deserves to be taken to the White House because of this.
Yeah, he does.
Absolutely.
Send that kid to the White House, Mr. Trump.
Yeah.
Send him and his parents to the White House. That is more. I mean, if a kid that made a bomb clock, the kid that wear a fake news network shirt can go to the White House. So, I think we need let's do a petition. Petition him to go to the White House, and he has to wear the FNN shirt to the White House visit.
Yeah,
he's got to.
Yeah, I thought that was a good story.
That was I saw
love
that. It was great.
I just love it when kids troll CNN.
Yeah, yeah. And this is what like most of the country feel about CNN. They don't trust the media anymore.
It was the kid's idea to begin with, so.
His parents raised him right.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And just add that the dad was on the board member and his mom's a commissioner for the county. That's just icing on the cake. 2 elected officials.
Yeah.
All right. I think. Is there anything else that's happening there?
We were going to talk about Trump and his.
Oh yeah. So
his water bottle. The water bottle.
Watergate. A legitimate Watergate. Water bottle gate. So Trump made a tremendous speech or a press conference about his 12-day tour of Asian countries, and I guess his throat was getting dry because he was started stuttering and lisping and all that. So he went. At first, he was looking for the water. He said, "Well, I guess there is no water." And then someone pointed out there was some water next to him, so he got a bottle of Fiji water. I might have to get some Fiji water now because this is great. So he got the water and he opened it. He twisted open it and he held the cap in his hands and he took it and he drunk it. And he did it twice and he put the cap back on. And all the uproar. Trump has to use 2 hands to drink a bottle of water. Trump has to stop a press conference to drink water. Rubio moment with drinking water. And I'm like, okay, first off, Trump didn't use 2 hands to drink the water. He had a cap in his hand. So he's just drinking it and then so he can screw it back on. So, I mean, I think this is better than the whole fish debacle from last week.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
I do.
Not a word, not a mumbling word from the leftist media about Hillary when she had to.
Oh yeah, drink the water and regurgitate her. I guess her cough drops in the water.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, they can't talk about any of the good things that our president does. They're just,
Hateful.
Yeah, I was talking to Henry before he came on. I was like, I think sometimes he does some of that stuff on purpose because he knows that the media's going to pick up on it. So that's like, I'm going to troll them. Trump wakes up one morning. He's like, how can I troll the media today?
You're probably right.
Man, it's just, I mean, it's just going to get even more ridiculous. I mean, he can like, get a bottle of hand sanitizer and they're like, oh, he's hand sanitizing his hands all wrong. He's supposed to do it this way.
Blah, blah,
It's just going to get ridiculous.
They are just so ridiculous.
It's unbelievable to me the crap they come up with. My God.
True.
Yeah,
Yeah, like I said, not a word about Hillary and having to stop to take sips of water.
yeah.
Much less falling down all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Is she still in that? She's still in that medical van, by the way. There's like a video of her walking to that van, the exact same van that she collapsed in front of. So she still has some health problems.
Well, she was basically bodily thrown into that van.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't she wearing a boot?
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I saw a picture of her with a boot on, and now you've got.
She did break her toe back in England, so maybe it's still.
Oh, okay.
Still because of
That's
that.
right.
She probably got
broken
probably got
toe.
pissed off about something Trump did and kicked something.
Yeah.
No, she was walking down the steps and collapsed. She fell face first.
She's like, God damn it, that goddamn Trump. I wouldn't be shocked.
She's like,
she's
flinging plates and glassware at Bill still.
Yeah.
Bill said that after the Monica Lewinsky stuff, he started sleeping on the couch in his office, and he slept just fine there. It was some of the most peaceful nights sleep he'd ever had.
Well, he's an old pervert anyway.
Yep, he's another one.
I know, but the fact that he said sleeping away from her was great.
It's like, as much as I hate Bill Clinton, he's a little bit smarter than his wife, Hillary. He's a little bit smarter.
I don't care for him either, but he has a better way with people and a better way of schmoozing. She just grates on your damn last nerve.
I had to agree. Bill is very smooth. He's very
smooth.
Yeah.
He knows how to work the crowd. He knows how to, because if you look at his rallies back in the 90s, I mean, he knows how to. He's like Trump. He knows how to work the crowd.
Yep, he does.
Yeah, he's yes, but I don't care for him. But yes, he's not it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she doesn't, never had it, never will have it. And I don't know how in the hell he has put up with her all these years without killing her.
I don't get it either. I don't get it either. She's got, I think she's got some major shit on him. That's the only reason he puts up with it.
I agree with that. He ain't gonna leave her now.
Yeah. And she's not going to leave him because she's riding on his coattails.
Yeah. Not anymore. She doesn't even need him anymore, I don't think. She doesn't even need him anymore. So Hillary, divorce Bill and keep doing what you're doing, Keep on giving us some good stuff to make fun of. But anything else in the national news? Oh, GOP passed the tax bill.
Yeah.
So I haven't read it. Has anybody looked into it?
No.
No. How many pages is it?
I have no clue.
I'm sure it's at whitehouse.gov.
Let's see if I can bring it up on the website.
It's got to be better than Obama's, so I'll just go with that and move along.
But do you think it's going to get passed to the final stages?
I don't.
Because it's only past the House, I think.
Only passed the House.
Yeah, it's only gotten
Yeah.
to the House. Let's see if it gets to
Yeah.
the Senate.
Not if the Democrats
Because
do it.
if it gets to the Senate, I can tell you McCain's going to vote against it. Probably wouldn't surprise me if Bob Corker votes against it.
Jeff Flake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him. And
Susan,
all the
Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, all the usual
Oh, yeah.
suspects.
yeah.
Right.
Then Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer is going to come out there and say, "Oh, this bill is going to increase the taxes for the wealthy and lower it and all that other nonsense."
Oh yeah.
Freaking come out and say they've been sexually assaulted by Chuck Schumer already.
I'll do it for
Careful, Lale. All right, so
start a GoFundMe.
yeah, I've been sexually assaulted by Chuck Schumer. Help me.
Oh my God.
Oh, Gloria, right away. But I bet
help me, Gloria already.
I bet she would.
Hey, Lale, how can you fake? Can you do some fake crying?
Maybe.
Put a little eye drops in your eyes, before the press conference.
Yeah.
Get like a bowl of onions and put it under the podium.
I'm old enough too that I could get it 30 years ago. I'm 50.
Oh man.
Yeah.
We have fun. This is so much fun. Thinking down the establishment.
I would never do anything like that. It was just a joke, but
Yeah.
What the heck? It seems like everybody else is doing it. Why not get on the bandwagon?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Amy, you wanna accuse anybody of sexual harassment? She's probably. Oh,
Oh, no, I'm here. No,
There she is.
Probably not old enough.
not old enough for what?
Accusing people of sexual harassment.
No, because I've never been sexually harassed. So, I mean, I could go say somebody
Okay,
did it, but-
let's get serious here. I posted on the internet. It's gotten to the point that guys have to have lawyers and consent forms and make women fill out all these forms to show that everything was done consensual, to show that there was no ill intent or no rape involved. What constitutes sexual harassment to you?
Well, I mean, well, not me personally, but somebody that I know well kind of just went through a sexual harassment type thing. And well, no, I don't really want to talk about it on here, but I mean, it's real. And the sad thing is that it gets thrown out there so much,
Yeah.
that when it really does happen, it's harder to take the person seriously.
Yeah, because there's been so many instances of fake rape charges. I mean, we saw that with the Duke lacrosse team. We saw that with Mattress Girl. I mean, there's countless others of fake rape charges and sexual harassment charges. And then when the time comes of actual sexual harassment or actual rape, people, questioning it, which is sad to say. But, in a time like this where allegations get thrown out 24/7, and and also we have fake news as well to push those allegations, and it's got to the point that we have to question this. Unfortunately, we have to.
Women who make things up make it harder for women who are actually assaulted, raped, and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. And plus, not only that, it ruins the guy's life. I mean.
It's
I mean, if you get accused of fake rape and you get charged for it, you get arrested and then, get out of jail and you have to put on there that you were charged of rape, even though that you didn't do it.
But
it makes these guys hard.
Remember the guy on the college swim team?
Yeah.
had a witness
Mm-hmm.
that he had raped an unconscious drunk girl, had a witness to it, and they still just slapped him on the wrist because it would ruin his life.
Yeah.
How do you think she's going to deal with her life?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is. It's a bumpy road, and sexual harassment. I say, I know. I don't want to date you. No, sorry. Let's just be friends. If you tell him about twice and he keeps at it after that, that's sexual harassment.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think if if the girl says no and the guy still continues to push it, that's harassment. But if if the girl says no and then the guy's like okay and doesn't do it anymore, then that's not harassment.
Yeah.
And it's got to the point that guys can say, "Oh, well, I like your shirt." Oh, that's sexual harassment. You can't say you like your shirt. It's got to the point.
That's not sexual harassment.
And it's got to the point that you can't flirt with anyone without being accused of sexual harassment.
That's true too. But if somebody is flirting with you and you're not interested, you can nicely say, ha ha ha, that's funny, but I've got a boyfriend, and if they continue after you've told them once or twice you're not interested, then it gets into harassment.
Yeah.
Even if they're not physical, even if they're not mean, it puts a little uneasiness in. Or it always did for me. Just that little uneasiness of, is he gonna go to hell on and mind his business or what? And you're right. The so many damn false accusations, and I hate it. I hate it because it makes it so hard for the people who are truly hurt.
Yeah.
I have to agree with Lael on that one for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon, you got anything to add?
Well, I mean, men, they should behave appropriately. I mean, if they're making unwanted advancements, advancements, if they're inappropriately touching you, grabbing your ass, or any touching, that's unacceptable. Harassing you. See, I don't know if they're talking dirty to you. I would say like, "Hey, I want to F you in the ass," or something like that. Like
she said F you in the ass. Oh my god.
Like say if you're at the workplace or something, and if he's harassing you like that, then I would say, you know what, knock it off. This is not a joke.
Anybody's anywhere, I would say.
Oh man, this is great. This is one of our best shows tonight.
Just be respectful.
I had a redneck guy one time. I was young and skinny and tan and whatever. And a bunch of us were laying out by the river in Raleigh. And I'm a redneck. My friends and family are redneck. But this guy was really a redneck. 2 or 3 of them come up in the boat, got out drunk at 1 in the afternoon or whatever. And this one come over, sat down by me and started talking. And I was just I was answering his question, but that was it. No more. No discussion, no anything. He asked me if he could use my hairbrush, and I said, no, I don't think so.
Did he have hair?
And Then he looked me right in the face and he said, "Me and you just don't knock sparks, do we, girl?" And I said, "No." And thankfully, in another 10, 15 minutes, they all got up and went on their way.
At least he didn't say I want to F you in the ass.
Oh my lord!
If somebody said that to me, I'd be like, "What?"
I feel like
Oh my
that's
god.
harassment.
No, I think there's like a fine line between like if you like if you like a group of friends hanging out and you're really close and a guy grabs your boob or something in a jokingly manner. I think that's okay. But if it's
What?
like
Friends.
really close friends, joking around, kicking and everything,
I would
grab.
know, but other
Who
than
doesn't? So let me try and bring up a good point. Try and bring up. So like if you like fine line between good friends and you're close and hanging out and everything, and you get joking and all that. I think that's fine. But if you have like a stranger come up to you and started grabbing ass and grabbing tits and everything, then yeah, that's a problem.
get an elbow to the face.
That's a problem.
Yeah,
Or a fist.
or a knee to the balls.
Oh!
Hey-oh.
Oh.
Ooh, man.
Oh!
Oh,
I don't know. I let me tell you now. I was out with some friends one night, and one of my friends, a male friend, did grab my boobs, and I'm married, and I said, I looked at him, I said, you know what? I said, don't you ever touch me like that again, ever. But he was drinking though, so I just blew it off, and he never did.
Did you tell your husband?
No, I didn't because
I hope he doesn't watch this.
no, he's not gonna watch it.
Okay, so we know one viewer is not going to be Sharon's husband.
Yeah, no. I mean, so that was inappropriate, But
Yeah.
I just think he was probably had too much to drink.
Yeah. I mean, there's
That's
probably
all.
going to be moments like that. But, and here's the thing. If you, like, they touch you by the boob or touch you by the ass, and the woman says, don't do that again, and he doesn't do it again, I think that's okay. But if he continues to do it and constantly does it, then that's a problem.
Yep.
Yeah, no, he never has done anything like that again. Now he has a girlfriend and everything, so it's cool.
He probably felt really stupid the next day when he sobered up.
Yeah, he probably.
Did he apologize?
Some really
I
stupid things when you're
I kind of don't think that he remembered doing it.
Yeah.
So.
Don't be an Al Franken, kids.
Yeah, right. So
or Joe Biden. Don't be a Joe Biden either.
God.
Don't be a Harvey Weinstein.
The ultimate real man.
Right.
And old men can be dirty. You gotta watch old men.
Yeah, that's why they call them dirty old men.
I know. You gotta watch old men as bad as young men. Daggone.
Like old men. When I go to the store, I swear they all find me. It's really creepy. Ugh. Like
Do you have an old man story to tell us, Amy?
I have. Yeah, but not tonight.
That's all right.
That on next week's harassment show.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I live really close to like one of the #1 retirement places in America.
Oh,
So,
you gotta watch out for them retirement, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're frisky.
Have y'all ever heard of the Villages?
Oh
Yes.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I live right there. I live like right on the village by the Villages. So You can't. I mean, I literally try to go up into Ocala, like it's further away from me to go to like the Walmarts up there than it is to go to the ones by
Mhm.
my home, just so I don't have to, go and have to deal with all that. Because I mean, these men are, a lot of them have lost their wives, and
Mhm.
there's women that, go look for this type of thing. They know they're just looking for a free ride, and these old
Yeah,
men don't care.
the gold
So
diggers.
yeah, but there's certain items, like item of clothing that you like you wear to, you know, stand out. And this one time we went, they have like these village squares where they have, it's really cool actually to go, where there's like movie theaters and, places to eat and shopping. Well, I didn't know that if you wore, a certain color on one night, it meant that you were looking. Well, would you
Ooh,
not know? It was a yellow shirt, and I actually had like my hair was up, and I had gold earrings on. And if you had like gold earrings on with your hair up was a sign, I guess they're clubs. I don't know how they come up with these things, but and so I had like this old man, like, and I was with my children. I wasn't like by myself, and I had this like super old man come up and like, try to touch me, and I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, it was really, really awkward, and I was just like,
excuse me, I'm not from the village.
I was like, I had no idea. And then I learned like later on that they have these things called like key clubs where like you give people your keys, and it's just really weird. The
oh, you talking
whole
about a
place.
key party?
Like
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, you put
swingers.
like
Yeah,
your
they try.
keys. Yeah, you put your keys in a bowl, and at the end of the night, you get keys, and it's like random people's keys. Is that what you're talking about?
And you
Yes,
got room
yeah.
with the
But
person whose
see,
key you got.
Yeah.
yeah, there's a lot of weird things, but anyway, I don't go there anymore by myself.
Hey, at least it's not a nudist resort, so there's that.
Yeah.
Well, I won't be moving to the village when I retire.
No, don't. It's like the capital of STDs or something. All these old people have
I heard
chlamydia,
that.
and no, I swear to God, because they do all this crazy
Oh my
stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, if y'all ever get a chance, look it up. It will come up. It's nuts. I don't know.
commercials for it. Yeah, looks like a great place, but I guess it's
I
not.
mean,
Well, maybe it is
it's
for
really
them.
pretty and nice, but it's just you just have to be careful and don't wear anything gold.
Oh yeah, I mean here, prostitutes is really common on Mercer Street, and like if you have a Mountain Dew bottle in your hand, that's like a sign that's a prostitute. Fun fact.
Yeah,
The
and
prostitute
the thing
has
is how do you know this stuff before you go out? It's like, where do you
Yeah,
find this stuff out so you're not holding, or wearing something that is,
it's like they do like a big meeting at a place that's off to the island or something, and they come up with all these ideas and never tell anybody until it happens.
yeah, it's like, well, I would like to know. I'm not participating.
Yeah.
maybe you should ask the villages to put up a bulletin once a week.
They
Listen,
probably,
send out a memo. Send out a
Yeah,
memo. Hey, if you wear yellow, you're going to get picked up by some horny old man.
yeah.
ew,
Like that.
and Viagra.
Oh, God.
All right,
Oh
guys,
my
get your Viagra
goodness.
ready. It's yellow shirt night. Oh man, so we got way off the topic.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
back to the tax bill. The first step was taken in getting tax reform pushed through on Thursday as Republicans in the House passed the tax reform legislation that promises to make tax reporting so simple it could be done on a postcard. The bill was passed in a 227 to 205 vote, despite 13 House Republicans voting against it. Not surprisingly, the GOP received more votes than necessary. They could have lost up to 22 votes from their own party and still pass the bill. Republicans have promised that the new tax bill will reduce rates for individuals, corporations, and small businesses. Representative David Nunes of California, a member of the Ways and Means Committee who helped write the plan, said, for the first time in 31 years, we are wiping the tax code clean and replacing it with one that is fairer and simpler for everyone. The bill now faces an uphill battle in the Senate, as 3 Republican senators has already said they might oppose it, which would have effectively killed the bill. And not surprisingly, Susan Collins, Bob Corker have both stated they might not have supported. And Senator Ron Johnson said that he would not be voting for it.
Oh yeah, Ron Tiny Johnson. Ron Tiny Johnson.
All right. Yeah. Well, then he's going to be hearing from me if he doesn't. I swear to God. Oh, I'm going to call him.
Yeah, he said he's not going to vote for it.
Where did you find that article?
DML News.
Dennis Michael Lynch. Okay.
Yep. It's actually posted on the Political Alternative Media website. It says the second or third one down.
All right.
We have a long road ahead of us, and we've got a timeline to get this done before the end of the year, Paul Ryan said. The contents of the bill are expected to change. However, the Senate is in the process of writing its own tax bill, which lawmakers will vote on after Thanksgiving. The GOP leader said that if they can pass a House-Senate conference, that would meet to sort out the differences. House Republican leaders said Thursday touted the bill as one of that would boost the middle class. A family of earning $59,000 annually will receive a tax cut of nearly $1,200. They've calculated. There's more to the story. So one of these I'll post a link in the description below, and you can read out. But yeah, Henry, like you said, not surprising. Susan Collins and Bob Corker. Bob Corker, he's anti-Trump. There's no way of getting around that. So he's going to screw over the American people. Susan Collins, she'll do it just for the hell of it. John McCain, I'm sure he's going to vote against it. Jeff Flake, I'm sure he's going to vote against it. And Ron Johnson is voting against it. So. Yeah,
he's my senator, so.
Yeah, I saw that. Republican, Wisconsin.
You have my sympathy.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Sharon.
He is going to get an earful.
Yeah, so, Sharon, do some grassroots campaigning and get some people on the bandwagon and tell Johnson to pass the bill. That's the only way we can get to these people is by grassroots campaigning.
Well, I'm just going to call his office.
Yep.
It wouldn't be the first time. It would not be the first time he's heard from me.
I can hear his secretary. Oh, it's that Sharon woman again.
It's that Sharon monocle woman.
She's calling again.
I've called Marco Rubio's office before. I never got an answer back then.
Little Marco, yeah.
Little Marco.
Little Marco.
Oh my gosh! I think that's pretty much it. That's happened in the news realm today. I think. Anything else that came out?
I haven't heard anything.
Did y'all ever talk about what's happening in Saudi Arabia with the?
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, all the purging of the people in Saudi Arabia, which I think that whole Saudi Arabia trip where Trump went and with that big crystal ball, I think that had something to do with it.
Well, I mean, I don't know how I did a little researching into it, but not like a whole bunch. But the Crown Prince, they own, I think it's the 30th or one of the whole floors in the Mandalay Bay. And
yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, and so I guess there were things, being said that he was actually there during that time, and it could have been an assassination attempt gone wrong, or something like that. And then, when he got back over home,
Mm-hmm.
all this stuff started happening where they were getting rid of, all of these family members, and,
Yeah.
that could possibly, stage a coup or whatever you want to call it. And I thought that was kind of interesting on the
Mm-hmm.
timeline with that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard the same thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is interesting. That
And
is
then
weird.
these people are just, I've never seen anything like this before.
Mm-hmm.
And not in my lifetime anyway, where this has happened the way it has. And he's
Yeah.
supposed to be, or the king is supposed to be giving his seat up to the son.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I
So
heard that whole Las Vegas thing was actually supposed to be a hit on one of the Saudi princes.
Mm.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, an assassination attempt, just like you said, that went wrong. And that what's his name? The lone wolf shooter, which is what they were trying to get the narrative to be. That
Paddock.
Paddock,
Mhm.
right? That he was working for the CIA, running guns, and
Hmm.
they found
Mhm.
out that he was dirty, and they assassinated him, and he didn't
Mhm.
pull a trigger. Hence, why were all the guns up there?
And
Yeah.
also, there was a chopper flying around during that time as well. And they have a landing pad on the top of Mandalay Bay. And
Mhm.
so it's said that that was an escape route, or it was that chopper was used for, assault as well. And
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
and then the people that witnessed it are all dead,
Mhm.
you know.
Right. Yeah.
Because that
And that's
woman that said that she's going to get a team of survivors to tell their story and what really happened, she wound up dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a number of them did, didn't they?
Yep.
Yeah.
Found it
So
in their home or
I
whatever.
don't think we're going to find out the truth about this, about what really happened,
Yeah. That was
unless
a
Not for
unless Trump, declassifies all that, which he might, or I think it's highly unlikely. But yeah, I don't think we ever going to find out the truth, unfortunately.
well, it may very well be too deep and politically important that he
Yeah.
not
Hmm.
declassify it
Yeah.
Mhm.
for us or against us or whatever.
Hmm.
Sometimes you just got to keep it under your hat and declassify it in 50 years or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I do agree the government needs to be transparent and to let
Hmm.
us know what's going on. But at the same time, there are things we do not need to know.
Hmm.
True.
Yeah.
You know, there are certain things that the public cannot know. It will endanger the people going in, the people there, the whatever, or freak out the whole um, United States. You know, there are
Hmm.
things that we don't need to know.
Hmm. Yeah.
So,
I agree. This just came in through the wire. Producer for Lena Dunham's show Girls accused of rape. Murray Miller has been accused of raping a 17-year-old girl in 2012. He was 35 years old. In a statement, she said that she woke up in Murray's bed naked. He was on top of me having sexual intercourse. At no time did I consent to any sexual contact with Murray. Miller denies the reports, and Miller has given a statement. It said after being contacted several weeks ago by lawyers on Mrs. Penanu is her name, sought a substantial monetary damage from him. Mr. Miller's legal team has gathered overwhelming evidence directly contradicting these false and offensive claims. So it's going to be quite interesting to see where that goes from there.
Mhm. It will be.
But I think that's pretty much it in the U.S. and the world today. Let's get on to some local news. Lel, you have anything local?
No, except that my little cousin is they're still trying to raise money for a kidney transplant for him. He has spina bifida, and if I could post that on the page in a little
Definitely.
while.
Definitely. Give me the link and I'll post it.
If anybody has a few dollars, anything. They've raised a lot, and if you don't know the story, he's about 20 or so now, but when he was about 12 or 14, he worked on and arranged to get wheelchairs where they could have a basketball where the kids who couldn't walk
Oh, a
play
wheelchair
basketball.
basketball team?
Yeah,
Oh, those are
and
cool.
yeah, and to raise money for spina bifida and children organ transplants, and their money was stolen,
Oh my God.
and
Wow.
that was 7 years ago, 5 years ago, whatever. But he didn't need the transplant then, but he does now. And they've raised a bunch of money, but they still need 40,000. And I will send you the link. Anybody watching, if you got $5 to send, please do. He's my first cousin's oldest boy, so I guess he's my second cousin.
Oh, yeah, send me the link and I will I'll donate something and I'll share it on my page.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will too. I'll share. I'll get the message out. I'll share on every social media platform
Yeah,
I have.
and like I said, this isn't somebody
Yeah.
far off. This is my family personally. And even if it was a person far off, they still need the help, But this is my family, so I would appreciate it. And that's
Yeah, I mean, I think people are more willing. I mean, not saying I wouldn't want to help, but there's so many fundraisers and GoFundMe's.
just
It's hard to do every one that you see. So people are more likely to help somebody that they know personally. And it's not that they don't want to help people, but
and most people
I
don't have
guess
a
that's
lot of
just
money to give anyway. So if you save your $10 or $20 for when it comes around somebody that is a friend of your friend, or somebody that's closer to you personally, then spend your 10 or $20 or $5.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Had to drain the lizard.
What did you say?
I said, sorry about that. I had to go drain the lizard.
Oh my goodness.
Listen, this show has jumped the shark ever since Sharon said Tiffany had it. Drain the lizard is just another. Thank God next week we're taking a week off to recover from this. All right, Amy, do you have anything that you'd like to share?
Let me see. I was just looking. No, not really. But one thing that I saw that really I was upset about was when the Keystone pipeline leaking all that oil. That's just nuts.
I saw something about it, but where is it leaking at?
In South Dakota, I believe.
Oh, is that the Keystone?
The Keystone, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like 210 million gallons of oil has leaked right now.
Oh, man. Into the...
Well, now they're going to blame Trump for that because he approved of the Keystone pipeline.
Well, no, it's not his fault. It's the people that are running it. It's just,
Well,
you know,
yeah,
being
but they'll find a
stupid.
way to blame him for it. You watch, they'll
Yeah.
find a way to
Yeah.
blame him for it.
Oh, I'm sure.
He
Yeah.
gets the
I
blame
mean,
for
I don't.
everything.
When I
Yeah.
saw it, I was just thinking environmental issues. I mean, I never once thought to blame our president. That's, I
Mhm.
guess, you know, that's what makes
You
me
gotta
different.
blame somebody. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Maybe the
Three
people in
butterflies,
charge of running it.
if 3 butterflies die within 30 minutes of each other in Arizona, then the liberals are going to jump on it and blame somebody.
Yeah.
But I'm not making light.
Mhm.
This is a
Oh, I
bad
know, I
Yeah.
know.
Absolutely.
and
And
I
I don't blame Trump. I blame the people that created the pipeline. They should have,
And maybe
inspected
they
it
did it
better.
on purpose, just to,
Absolutely. That's a great point.
sabotage things. I mean, people are that
stupid.
crazy nowadays to do stuff like that.
Yeah. And plus, it could have been like, one of them extremist leftists. They went over there and did something to the pipeline. Anything can happen.
A lot of
They
times.
made it a law. I mean, I don't know why I would think it would fall under some law, but that they're prosecuting people that try to damage their equipment up there, because you have protesters that are, torching all of their machines, at nighttime. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that stuff is happening. So who knows what actually happened, but
Yeah,
I was just kind of upset when I saw that, because it's just
that's true.
another environmental disaster.
People who are against something a lot of times will go like if somebody spray paints a racial slur on your car and then they find out later that you did it.
That's been happening a lot lately.
Oh yeah, and there is a chapter in Mark Dice's book, The True Story of Fake News, about hate crime hoaxes.
And which
Yep.
is it's another reason why we can't take these hate crimes seriously anymore, is because there's been so many hoaxes out there.
Exactly.
Right.
Including that recent one that was in a military academy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which one?
The military academy.
This recent one that was done, supposedly it was,
Yeah. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
Did y'all see where Roseanne Barr's Twitter account was shut down?
No, I did not.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Probably because
Yeah.
she started supporting Trump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like that.
Well, they were saying something about a Q, or her referencing somebody named Q. I don't know. I don't know who Q would be. I was trying to figure that out. So I thought maybe y'all would know.
I have no clue. Well, the last time I heard of Roseanne Barr, she said she tweeted to Corey Feldman about the whole, child pedophilia ring in Hollywood, and said that she has the information that Corey needs. That was the last thing I've heard.
She might.
Yeah. I bet Roseanne knows quite a bit about that too. I bet she's probably.
He got out of Iowa and into California by like 80, 84.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been there a good while now. I mean, she's in Hawaii now.
Mm-hmm.
But for her to go even slightly to the right, astounding.
She likes Trump. She likes Trump.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
And Roseanne has always been a big mouth, but she hasn't always been such a big mouth politically.
Mm-hmm.
There's been times, here and there, but that she stood up for what she thought, or what, might have said something ugly or whatever. But
Hey, she tweeted me. I like her.
Yeah, she did. I was going to bring that up. Yeah, Roseanne tweeted Amy about that Amy Brothers.
How cool! I think as she gets older, I think she started out conservative, and went
Mhm.
liberal when she got in Hollywood.
Mhm.
And she's been out of Hollywood for a good while. She's got her nut ranch in
Mhm.
Hawaii and whatever. And I think, and she's a senior citizen now. And I think she has come back to her raising.
I've been retweeted by Les Stroud, the Survivor Man, and I've also
Oh, that's
had
cool.
tweets liked by
Okay,
Mark
so
Hamill. I've had tweets
Mark
liked by
Hamill.
Mark Hamill. Yeah, Luke
That's amazing.
Skywalker. Yeah.
So Roseanne tweeted
Well,
2 hours ago that she's back. I'm here. Thank you for worrying. I'm okay and back. Explanation later on.
well, we
Okay.
didn't. I couldn't figure out when she tweeted me back. I had no idea what she was
Hugh
talking about.
Clarence Patriot 4chan. Hugh Anon drops this coming storm and reconstitute. She posted a YouTube video link.
Wow. I'm not sure if I'm not sure if I'm following her on Twitter. If
Oh,
I'm
whoa.
not, I'm gonna have
Whoa. The link goes to a Lionel from Lionel Media.
Oh, that dude. Yeah. Yeah, I like
Who
him
is he?
too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from Lionel Nation,
Yeah,
Lionel
Lionel
Media.
Nation. Yeah. Yeah, that dude's
I
good.
forgot his
like
last
him.
name.
Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's like Mark Dice and Six Hexenhammer.
Yeah, he does some great stuff.
Yeah.
His YouTube channel is Lionel Nation. Yeah, I
Yeah.
watch a couple of his videos
Yeah, he's
every
good.
time.
He's real good. Yeah, he's
Great insight.
Yeah,
Great insight.
yeah. I like him too.
Lionel
I
still like the
I-
train.
like I said, I put him up there with Mark Dice and Six Hexenhammer. Yeah, for sure.
Well, the oh my goodness, Leonardo da Vinci's painting sold for 450 million. I think it was Wednesday.
I think I saw that.
The
Was that
Salvatore Mundi, yeah.
Was that the one of the Mona Lisa, but it was a man?
It's like a transgender, yeah. And apparently it's like really, really old. I don't know.
Well, you know, Da Vinci did that kind of stuff all the time. He would make a painting, and then there'd be a painting underneath it.
This one,
Have you seen this one though?
it's really odd.
creepy. Yeah, I wouldn't want that on my wall.
It looks like now, and I didn't stop and spend a lot of time looking at it. I scrolled, I stopped, I looked at it, I scrolled on. But and I couldn't tell you about the background or whatever. But the shape, the color of the clothing, the shape of the clothing, everything, the face, it looked like the Mona Lisa with sideburns and a brown or gray beard. and maybe bigger eyebrows or
Yeah.
something.
Well,
I
this
tell you
one.
what. Oh, go ahead, Amy.
Is that the one you're
Well,
talking about, Amy? Or
no. This one is the one that was it's the Salvador Mundi one, and it literally is depicted as like Jesus as a man woman.
Oh Lord.
it doesn't have a
Shane,
beard?
I sent you the picture. Oh, where'd he go?
No, I was gonna say. I tell you what. Da Vinci was a brilliant guy. Very brilliant.
I agree.
Some of
Yeah.
the stuff he came up with and invented. My goodness.
Do you know what he used to do down in the Vatican basement? You don't want to know.
Oh.
He was
I may
he
have
did
heard.
he did some really bad things down there. I'm sure he did some good things that we know about, but he's pretty dark. I mean, he's a dark artist, or was. And if you ever get a chance, you should look into that sometime and see the things that he used to be involved with.
I read a lot of history, and I've read a decent amount on Da Vinci, and I believe I have. It sounds familiar to me, but I cannot remember any details. But I will go and look it up again because I am into
Yeah, you should. I'll have to go back and look, and I'll send you when I find it. I'll send you some links.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
It's about they were doing some crazy experiments down there. I mean,
Well,
that's just a whole nother topic, but it's really interesting to read about it and learn about it, because those are things that we're not told about. I mean, we're only told in certain things are taught about them, but not everything.
yeah. Well, they say genius borders on idiocy.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
The
back.
smarter you
Hear me?
are, the weirder you are.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm back. Great. I'm back. The Russians.
Yeah.
The Russians did it. James Comey did it. Bernie Sanders did it. Let me get my will of excuses here. All right. So where were we at? Henry. Henry,
Yes.
do you have any local news?
Yes, I do, in fact. Mississippi weekend, Christmas lights, concerts, and 12Ks. Now, there was a concert with the band Foreigner that was scheduled at the Horseshoe Casino in Tunica, but that has been canceled due to unforeseen circumstances. But there's other stuff you can be doing this weekend here on the Magnolia Estate. Continuing in Cleveland is 50 Nights of Lights. Lasting until December 31st, the entire downtown walking trail has been transformed into a holiday wonderland with animated decorations and a 50-foot light display. Don't forget the giant Christmas tree. Make sure to take the family and enjoy this holiday sight. Now, we're going to do that. We may do that on Christmas Eve. Just drive up the walking trail, and I'll take video. I'll try and Facebook Live it. So, because we live like 3 miles from there. So,
Cool.
in Jackson, 12Ks for the holidays is going on in Thundred. It's the annual holiday race sponsored by the Good Samaritan Center. The center helps families in crisis meet everyday needs. They'll have a 12K run, 5K run, and 5K walk. Also a fun run for the little ones. All proceeds go to the Good Samaritan Center. So that's a good cause. If you're in that area, check that out. Maybe you can register to actually participate in that. So, some good stuff going on here in Mississippi this weekend.
We have Light Up Ocala tomorrow,
Oh,
where
cool.
the town square, they do like a Christmas parade, and then right after they switch the lights on downtown, and they have like a bunch of light. It's really, really pretty. I don't go during the opening because there's just too many people,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't like crowds like that. So
Yeah.
I try to stay away from that. But like after it's up for like a whole month, so I'll go down there. But it's nice. They do it in St. Augustine too. There's a couple places over here that really go all out for that.
All right.
That's one thing I like about Christmas.
All right. Before we continue, breaking news: Lena Dunham has responded about the whole rape allegation of the girls' writer. She's defending him, and people's turning on her. This is a Twitter moment right now. Lena Dunham defends girls' writer.
Naturally, she's going to defend. Naturally, she's going to defend them, and she's a freaking sexual pervert herself.
Yeah.
Look what she did to her sister.
Exactly. In a statement published by The Hollywood Reporter, Girls creator/star, and then Dunham and showrunner Jenny Connor came out to the defense of writer Murray Miller, who stands accused of sexual assault. They cite insider knowledge of Murray's situation for their stance, but many are not convinced. And now there's like huge backlash against her.
Should be.
Which, fine by me. I don't like Lena Dunham at all.
Yeah.
God.
No, me either.
What 5 people in the whole world do?
I have no clue. Henry, you got any more local news?
That's it from this end as far as
All
local
right.
news is concerned. So,
Sharon, do you have anything that's local? Any local news stories?
Yeah, there's Wisconsin Democrats are gunning for a congressional seat that they haven't won since 1964. And the incumbent Republican says he's worried. And that would be my representative, Glenn Grothman.
Mhm.
He says he's having a hard time raising money and is feeling apprehensive about his reelection chances in 2018.
Was he an anti-Trumper?
No. Mm-mm.
Interesting.
He's a pretty good guy.
Mhm.
I like what he's been doing. So
You never can tell though, because my state of North Carolina totally dumbfounded. Voted more than half for Trump, and at the same time voted in a damn Democrat governor.
Yeah.
How stupid! What?
Yeah.
How does that happen?
Oh
I
my
don't
god.
know. I don't.
Head was
Well, just like us, I mean, our Jim Justice, he was Democrat, and then he went Republican in a big, huge rally that Trump had months back, which shocked me. I'm still not a Justice fan, though. I'm not too much of a Justice
never
fan.
trust anybody who jumps parties until they've been around and shown their devotion or their, whatever to that party until they get something done. Because people can
Mhm.
jump parties.
So we'll see what happens. There is a Republican named Scott Ulmer who's going to challenge Grothman. So we'll see what happens.
Mhm.
I know that Grothman did beat out that Democrat Sarah Lloyd, who's also going to be running. He beat her out in 2016 and is also running again in 2018. So
I completely forgot. I mean,
Luck
we
to
had this whole thing with Al Franken, but like 6 or 7 people of the articles of impeach President Trump, the Geico caveman Al Green, ones I can't
The Geico caveman,
remember
or I call him the
quite.
Wolf Man.
that guy's.
Anywhere.
what we need is for Chevy Chase, Bill Murray, Gilda Radner, and Jane, what's her name, and Chris Farley, all come out and say that Doopy Head, Minnesota.
Well, that would be quite a feat considering that Chris Farley and Gilda Radner are dead.
I know, but I was just trying to think.
Let's bring back Chris Farley back to life.
Let's bring back Gilda Radner.
Let's bring him back to life and have him.
I was trying to think of a long time ago SNL members, because I haven't watched it in 20 years.
Yeah, I think a lot of people haven't watched it in 20 years.
Or unless I see a clip on Facebook where there's making fun of the president or something, and I don't generally watch those.
Mm-hmm.
But I was just Al Franken. Yeah, get all of them to come and say that Al Franken made a pass at him. 1975.
How did he get off topic? I was talking about impeachment, Trump, and Democrats, and Geico caveman Al Green, and like we went. I don't know what's happening tonight. It's Friday. Next week's Thanksgiving, and I think everybody's excited for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but let me get to my local news. You're not excited for Thanksgiving?
No.
Why not?
Because there's a lot of work.
Oh, you have to work?
No. Like work in the kitchen. It's a lot of work.
Okay. I thought your employer has to keep you over.
No,
all right.
Nobody helps me. So it's like I'm all by myself in there. It sucks. It's like I'd rather go to work.
Now you know how grandma felt.
I know. I wake up at like 4, and it's, I'm literally in the kitchen for like 8-9 hours.
Here's what you do: call Kroger.
You need to talk to me and let me tell you how to make an authentic, simplified Thanksgiving meal.
Well, I thought about just going and getting some steaks and making steak instead of turkey.
Get some steaks, put it on
And
the
do like a few
grill.
casseroles and be like, here you go.
There are
I'm just
stars.
playing. I'll do it right.
I've had steak on Christmas. It's good. I've had steak on Christmas.
Yeah,
Oh.
I like to do
There's not a bad
prime
time
rib
for a
on
steak.
Christmas.
There
No,
are
there's not.
shortcuts that you
Well, the
can
hams
take.
are so
The
expensive.
food
It's
will taste
ridiculous.
just as wonderful. I'm telling you, you need to talk to me about it.
Oh yeah.
I'll cut 3 hours off your kitchen time.
Yeah, we may have to talk.
At least 2, if not 3.
I guess my problem is I'm all over the place, so I get distracted real easy. So I'll start doing something, and then I don't know, something comes up, and then I'll go start doing something else, but I didn't finish
That's
the
how you burn the turkey.
Well, I managed not to. Well, I don't do a turkey. We always do a ham. And I think I did like a couple times, but I told my kids that I wasn't doing it, and they about flipped out. And I was like, oh man, I guess I will.
Ham at Easter and sometimes at Christmas and turkey for Thanksgiving. But we do have ham too. A lot of times we do chicken for Thanksgiving.
I think this year we're doing turkey and we're doing dressing or stuffing if you prefer. We're not stuffing it into the turkey. We're going to have it separate. So
I don't stuff my turkey.
we're going to go all out on next Thursday for sure.
Well, their grandma normally comes and helps, but she had knee surgery, so she's in rehab. And so it's just, I don't know. I just kind of feel blah because not everybody's coming, and I'm just not excited. I don't know why.
Well, it'll be good when the time comes. You'll get excited. I'm not excited either, but
I still have to go to the grocery store, and I'm just thinking of.
Will be Wednesday or Thursday.
Yeah. I mean, I'll do it, but I really wanted to paint instead. But I guess I'll just have to not do that.
You can always just paint a turkey or a ham, and it's like, here you go, happy Thanksgiving.
I know.
That's what they do on commercials. They paint the food.
Use food coloring.
Yeah.
Yes, that would be edible. All right, so my local news. Princeton decks out downtown for Christmas. One local city is gearing up for the holiday season. Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Christmas season. By getting into the Christmas spirit. The Public Works Department for the city of Princeton has been hard at work to put holiday Christmas decorations. Every time this holiday, I'm going to say Christmas.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, Christmas decorations up throughout the city. From lights to stockings, the downtown area will be decked out in Christmas cheer. Workers explained that this year they received new decorations, so they have a lot of work to cut out for themselves. We're in the process of putting them up, but we don't have the brackets that made for these, so it's taking a little longer to put them up. I think we'll get them up there between now and the time for the Christmas parade. The director of the City of Princeton Public Works Department, Bookmark Us, said, this year they've added more lights and a 25-foot tall tree to display the downtown area. All work is expected to be done, completed by the Christmas parade, and the Christmas parade is going to be November the 27th.
Nice.
So that's in 2 weeks.
Wow, that's a late
week. Yep.
Yeah,
So,
this is our first year doing this new light thing that we're doing, or that Cleveland is doing, rather. This is the first year they've done this. So I'm looking forward to seeing it when, Oh, we've seen them during the day. I've seen them during the day, but we haven't seen them at night yet. So.
Yeah, take a night out and drive up the street and look at all the Christmas decorations. It's
right in downtown Cleveland. It's right. It goes all the way. So they've really gone all out this year for this one.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. This year they've gone all out too. I mean, there was usually they just do what they do is they have these snowflake lights, and they didn't even look like snowflakes. I mean, all the lights was all matted up and everything. Now they've changed it up and got stockings and snowflakes and wreaths and everything. And I'm glad. I'm glad to see the Christmas spirit back.
Yeah, we've got some. Well, there's some wreaths hanging downtown Cleveland also. So yeah, like I said, they've really gone all out. I'm looking forward to seeing them at night. Lit up.
Well, I have a Christmas topic I'm going to jot down. And so when we come back again next time, week after next, it'll be closer to Christmas and we can discuss it then.
Yep.
Absolutely. That sounds good. All right. So I think that's going to do it for us tonight.
Well, it's going to be. We'll be back December 1st, actually.
December 1st.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
next week we're gonna. I'm taking a week off. We're all taking a week off. It's Thanksgiving. We're going to have a Thanksgiving hangover. So you know what? Let's just take a week off. But if there's any major news story, what I'll do is I'll do like a YouTube video, quick YouTube video or something, and post that instead of just doing a show. Apparently, after tonight, we definitely have to take a week off. I mean, we had a great time tonight. I think, Sharon, this is your second time on, and man, what a second time it was.
I definitely had fun.
Talking about effing somebody in the ass.
Somebody in the ass. All right, So don't F anybody in the ass while we're taking the week off.
Without permission.
Yes, exactly, without permission. Get consent forms, get a lawyer, have them sign it and everything, then F them in the ass, and then have all the fun you want.
You're good to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Did y'all see the one quick thing? Did y'all see the dick that?
Oh yeah, the guy the skywriter. Yeah,
No, I didn't. I heard about that, but I didn't see it.
Oh yeah,
the chemtrail dick.
Chemtrail dick.
I saw it, but I didn't enlarge it and look at it good.
So was that small?
It was the Navy did it, I guess. No, it's pretty big. It's a big dick.
No, Laurel said that she didn't enlarge it, and that's why I said it was that small.
I'm not even gonna go there.
All right, let's see it. All right, you gave me the link, Amy, so I'm gonna take a look at it.
But if you guys can't wait to see Sharon and Amy and Shane and Amy and I till tomorrow night.
I gotta come out. I'm gonna transition into a woman, and I'm gonna be called Sharon now.
You got the webcasting dead tomorrow night. 8. Well, actually, it'll be kind of late because of Tracy's Sasquatch conference.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's just gonna be about 9:30 or 10.
Yeah, 9:30 or 10 Eastern time.
I haven't heard. No, Tracy didn't mention anything about a conference tomorrow night. I'm gonna have to ask him to see if it's still on for tomorrow.
Yeah, but let's see. We're going to discuss the episode Some Guy. We're going to discuss the episode Some Guy, which was a great episode.
Yeah, I think that was the best one of the season so far.
A lot of transitions that are going on in that episode. And there's going to be some. I think there's going to be some different things going forward as far as
with Keenan Ezekiel and his character.
Yes. I think so.
Okay, that's hilarious. That is hilarious. The chemtrail dick, I like that. That's hilarious.
Oh, and they're making pickled candy canes now. Like
what?
Oh, I saw that. Oh no.
What?
No. I like pickles.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to try it.
You gotta inform me on this. I haven't heard this.
I prefer the peppermint flavored.
It's
pickled. Was it pickled flavored, or do they like
pickle flavored candy canes?
Yes.
Oh, like pickles.
That's gonna be sour.
It's good.
Oh, you've tried them?
I think it is.
Like dill pickle or sweet pickle?
Dill pickle.
Ooh. Oh yeah, that's
Not
gonna
a
be sour.
gherkin.
That's gonna be sour.
Oh,
Candy
I'm gonna get
cane, and pickle don't belong together in the same sentence.
Ew. No, don't ruin the candy cane. I was gonna look something up, but I forgot what it was. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna take a week off. We'll be back December 1st. Counting down to Christmas.
Yep.
And I've been seeing a lot of Christmas stuff this season, this year.
Because it's not Christmas time yet. We have to get through Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving and the. Anybody gonna do Black Friday this year?
Nope.
Yeah.
Me, I will.
Maybe we should, after Christmas, do a piece about neat things we've seen on Facebook
Yeah, we can do that.
for Christmas
fun.
presents.
Mhm.
Because I've seen some things, I don't know that I'll buy them or not, but I've seen a few things that are really neat. But, you know.
Sweet, yeah.
I need a.
Oh, now what I was gonna say, the chemtrail dick, is that gonna F you in the ass? Anybody?
Let's hope not.
The person who made it probably is going to get it. You're going to be really fun.
Oh man, that's. Now we got a new line now. F you in the ass. F in the
That's
ass.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Sharon, for that. I really appreciate that
Oh, my pleasure.
so much. Oh my goodness. Well, all right. So next week is Thanksgiving. Hope everyone has a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
And a safe Thanksgiving. And we won't do a show next week, like I said. And I'll probably, if anything major happens, I'll, do a YouTube video, a quick YouTube video or something like that. But we'll be back
Hopefully
on
it'll keep
December.
that on the DL, at least for Thanksgiving. People will act sane and everything will go great.
Yeah.
I think the major thing is going to happen. One of the major things is going to happen next week is Trump going to pardon a turkey. I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait. That's going to be great. That's going to be freaking awesome.
All the little grandbabies out in the yard with him.
Yeah, that's
That's
just going to be tremendous.
He does good with kids. He loves kids, and he loves his grandbabies.
And not in a weird, creepy Joe Biden way either.
No, it's not.
Yeah, really.
No, it's a genuine, loving.
It's like the grandfather figure.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's not gonna be a Lego rapey Al Franken and rapey creepy Joe Biden.
Gropey Al. Oh man, yeah. And then tomorrow night is going to be a Webcasting Dead. We're going to be talking episode 4, and then we're going to do another Webcasting Dead on the 25th. So we're just taking that Friday off, but we'll be back on the 25th for Webcasting Dead.
No, you're just going shopping. That's all you're doing.
You sure about that?
I don't know.
What? Yeah, I'll be on. I'll be broadcasting live from a local Walmart because of Black Friday.
I know you are.
I'll be trampling people
You
over
got
for
your
getting
ads ready and your map. I know you are. You're
exactly.
Probably,
Yeah, I'm gonna take Lucille with me and get that $20 PlayStation 4.
You need protection.
I do. Oh man, this has been fun. I think this is one of our best ones yet.
Yeah.
I don't think we can top it.
Yeah.
I hopefully won't try to top it, but yeah. So you guys have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Let's end this before we get shut down and in trouble.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amy.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody. Good night, everybody. God bless America and God bless President Trump. Happy Thanksgiving.